The message of the work is about possibility and freedom and tapping into your full self in some way. And I've had phases in my art where I focused on mental health awareness, like personal self-awareness, personal growth, and personal strength and self-mastery. I've had other focuses have been like focus on community and how do I show gratitude to people and lift people up so they can continue doing what they're doing. But I would say that's my overall my message. My inspiration and motivation is really, man, just wanting to contribute, like wanting to contribute something to the world and offer something and be of some service or some value while I'm here doing my time here. But also my family and, my mom and the sacrifices that people have made before me is also motivating and inspiration. In addition to, man, just art that makes you feel, art that takes you to a place, and things that just light you up and make you feel inspired and full of life. Yeah. If I had to speak off the top, the project that's most hits me is the 28 Days of Greatness project, where it was really about celebrating everyday people and bigging up everyday people that I work with and that like mess with my work and mess with them. I feel like a lot of times in life, we spend some time trying to impress people that don't have our best interests in mind sometimes. And I also feel like we forget to say thank you to the people who actually hold us down the most. So 28 Days was like, you know what? I don't want to leave a legacy of not appreciating the people who actually supported me. Of course, we have places we want to get to and the people we want to work with. But man, I'm going to rock with the people that rock with me and be faithful and committed to them and show them. And that was what it was really about. And I intentionally didn't do like Chance. I didn't do like the bigger names because it was kind of like people know those people. And I'm not doing this art to try to gain fame off of doing a popular piece from somebody else. It's more so about, you know what? I appreciate your work. I appreciate our relationship. I appreciate your mentorship. Thank you. Experience with Chance, it was interesting. I mean, it was serendipitous in a lot of ways. I feel like I always knew I was going to contribute to art in some meaningful way and have my art seen. I didn't necessarily know how, it's just, and I was always committed to that, and believed in that no matter what was going on, man. And after create art for so long and doing some things for my friends, my art started to get around a little bit in ways like it was being more appreciated than I appreciated myself. It was all a means to an end for me. So I'm like, okay, I got to do the best this. And it worked, right? People started taking notice. And then, people didn't really even know who Chance was at the time, but I connected to the music. And I was like, this is something different. And this is something I would want to invest an innovative visual approach to, because the sound matches it, because that's innovative too. So it was just like a good marriage, man. And that's how I kind of see it. The process, like Chance is younger than me. He's a lot younger than me, but we were both in Chatham. I'm in East Chatham. He's in like West Chatham. So it's kind of like we didn't really know each other growing up, but we had hip hop and culture in common, and that was enough. And I think those things are what took the project to where it ended up. The art made sense. The music was different and it made sense, and it just took off. I didn't even think it was gonna be that big for the first project, man. And then the second one came and it was even bigger. The third one came and it was even bigger, and it was like, wow, this is like destiny for him, open up for him. But this is also how a lot of people in the world are gonna know my work. And it's just like I have to be cool with that. I didn't expect that, but it's like, okay, this is what it is, Yep, I did all three of them, man, and it was it's an honor, It's an honor. I trained my eye and my mind and my spirit to be able to have work that's as visible and as healing for people. And I feel like that's what the project did for folks. My dream collaboration is really with Virgil. And that's kind of like you know, crazy to say, I feel in a way. And the reason I say that is because, like, of course, Virgil has transitioned, but I think I wish I'd have appreciated the breadth of Virgil's work more, even more, while he was present, while he was here. Around 2008, 2007, something like that. Hebrew and myself did a collaboration for Leaders. So we worked on this project for Leaders, but I didn't talk to Virgil throughout the whole process. I didn't talk to Hebrew throughout the process. It was real, we just did our thing. It was a part of a project. And I appreciate that so much more, just kind of being a part of that, being a part of like 3 black artists that like went completely different directions, but are like successful in their own right and found a fucking voice for themselves in this, everything that's going on. So I'd be remiss not to say Virgil's name. Beyond that, it's not possible. It's not impossible, right? Because it's Off-White. He has these other extensions of himself that I can work with and do other things. I'm not sure beyond that, man. To be for real, it'd be great to do something with a cool fashion house, but there's a lot of red tape. There's a lot of things within that, right? And at the same time, it would be great to do something with an artist, another artist I really appreciate. Honestly, man, it's all come back to this piece of advice that young Guru gave me. And being an artist, kind of being out in this world, doing your own thing, it's tough. A lot of times, the things that artists provide are priceless. You know what I mean? It's hard to put a price to them. If you're operating on your own, it's really hard, right? Because it's your word versus whoever else maybe have the possibility to help you pay your rent. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things Guru told me, he said, you don't get paid what you deserve, you get paid what you negotiate. And it was like that's still probably the best piece of advice I've ever gotten, because it checks you, and lets you know that like it is our responsibility to speak up for ourselves and negotiate the price that we want. Going back and being resentful about something, a price you agreed to, does nothing for anybody. And we have to take some responsibility into what we agree to, our time and the things that we do. It's a very sobering piece of advice, and honest. And it's not so much about inspiring a person to make it. It's just like, let's real talk. You get paid what you negotiate, not what you deserve. Because that's subjective. It's too subjective. The advice that I give to people is really develop your voice. Take the time to develop your own voice and know that it's worthwhile. Not everybody is going to be paying attention all the time. Not everybody is going to be, hyping you up all the time. That's just what it is. You have to have the audacity to be yourself and to do what you are doing despite who's looking, no matter how dark it is, And it is that you find your voice and you find your light. And I really truly believe that a lot of us switch what we're doing based on a lot of factors around us, and what somebody else said, what this person said. It's okay to make adjustments along the way. We all got to do something while we're making this art thing work. But for you and your personal work, stay committed to it, dedicate to it, and find your own voice. My name is Brandon Bro, and this is for Casa Museum.